How do you feel about paying for something on Facebook? Well, this week Facebook announced that they're launching their own cryptocurrency. What is that? How will it work? Why? Oh, why is it a thing? We have very smart people in the room to discuss. We have the editor of Gizmodo, Tegan Jones. Welcome back. What is that?
Finger guns.
And an editor with Information Security Media Group. Please feel free to do something weird with your hands. Jeremey, Kirk, welcome back to Download the Show.
Thank you.
All right, so Libra, just walk me through, what is it?
I mean, we've got three parts to it, really. So the currency is Libra, but what was also...
Virgo and Gemini taken?
Absolutely. But above that, you've also got Calibra, which is the digital wallet that Facebook is launching. And above that, again, you've got the Libra Association, which is, I guess, the most simplest way of describing that. It's kind of like the digital bank that's kind of sitting above everything, where it's not just Facebook, you've got other organizations involved that is meant to regulate the entire thing.
What is the motivation for Facebook creating their own currency? Because they had Facebook credits a million years ago.
Where's the Zuck bucks? That's what
Zuck. So it's not like they haven't stepped into a currency space before, but why this and why now?
Yeah, I think they're looking for new growth because they're realizing people are leaving and the money transmitting business is potentially a big business. Now, they've kind of said that they've launched this to help, the unbanked people and poor people in rural areas be able to transmit money cheaply. But that's also been kind of the mantra of a lot of other cryptocurrencies too. And to date, that's never really helped poor people move money. There's a lot of other better solutions for it.
Well, I was going to say...
they already exist.
Yeah, there's all kinds of... the one I'm thinking of is M-Pesa.
M-Pesa, yeah.
Kenya,
so huge in Kenya, and it's, I think, in 9 other countries as well, and it's been around since 2007. So it's not like this is a new thing. And in terms of remittance, one of the things that Facebook is really pushing is India, for example. So for anyone who doesn't know, remittance is, sending money generally overseas, like back to your family if you're working. So they've been pushing India as a really, big place where this could be helpful, except that India is potentially going to go the way of China and ban cryptocurrency, which means that this will be superfluous.
When we talk about Libra, how does it work and how is it calculated?
I think the main difference to look at here is the fact that, number one, crypto in general, so let's use Bitcoin as the example, is not really regulated. So with Libra, it's going to be backed by Reserve. We've got a bunch of huge financial institutions around the world that are going to be brought in to help to stabilize it. So, one thing that happened with Bitcoin in 2017 is that it went, wildly got expensive. I think it capped out at like $20,000 I think at one point. Now it's still, 8,300 last that I checked for one single coin. So, it's wildly fluctuating, where what's happening allegedly with Libra is that it'll be far more like a traditional currency, just that it'll be purely digital.
And how is it the actual worth of a Libra? God, it's
no one said, and that has not been brought up yet at all.
Yeah,
no.
They said they're not going to peg it to the US dollar or whatever. It's going to be pegged to this basket of currencies and these securities. There's going to be actual dollars behind it. So the difference with Bitcoin is that nothing is backing it. There's just people who have just said, this is worth something. So this is actually, Facebook is going to have enough reserves behind this, or the foundation, to justify its value. And they don't want it to move a lot, because that was one of the big weaknesses of Bitcoin, is that, right?
Would fluctuate like
Absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and that makes it difficult to buy, it makes it difficult to sell, it makes it unpredictable, and that's why Bitcoin became very much a speculative asset. For people to day, especially if you're sending small amounts of money, say $3, and suddenly you're only sending $2.65 because you've been burnt on the exchange rate, that's a big deal, and that kind of undermines the whole, this is going to help people send small amounts of money.
Yeah, and it was just a huge roadblock as well. You had to have, once it got really popular, Bitcoin, you had to have a fair amount of money to be able to buy into it, whereas that's completely opposite of what Facebook is allegedly trying to do here. It wants everyone to be using this.
How do Facebook make money from this? Are they clipping the ticket on the way through?
There will be a transaction fee, and as with most all virtual currencies, you burn a little bit of it as a transaction fee. So the question is, Facebook hasn't really said how they plan to make money from it. if they're going to get that transaction fee or how it's going to work. But I mean, make no question about it. They're not doing this out of the public good. This company is this company's listed on the stock exchange. It has, an answers to shareholders. And so at some point they'll have to come out. Now, one thing that they have said as far as privacy is that they're not going to be looking at your at those transactions and trying to leverage targeted advertising against it.
Is this an indictment on banks? Is this an indictment on the way financial systems are set up now, that they don't make it easy enough for you to use them?
I think it's trying to take their cape.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's going to work because like in Australia here, right, we have the new payments platform. A lot of banks are implementing this. I think it's going to go, it's live now, but banks are fully going to do it. And then you can just send people, via email money instantly. Right. And so that's exactly, when you look at that, you're like, well, why would I use Facebook's, it might be fast or whatever, but with the new payments platform, I can send you money instantly. I don't have to worry about anything. Using Libra, I have to buy Libra. I have to load it on my phone. I have to store it securely. Then I have to cash it out at some point. And at all those choke points, getting it and getting out of it, there's going to be fees involved. There might be just a very minor fee for me just to flick it to you real quick, but on either end, there's going to be other fees involved.
So whoever can come up with the most frictionless means of moving as much money around as possible wins, because if you're collecting money from transaction payments, that's your pathway to success, basically.
Yeah, 100%. I think, this isn't anything to do with, we can do this better than banks. It's literally a thing of they're cutting their grass because banks aren't doing it yet. So they're going to swoop in and do it. Who wouldn't?
And there is more of this in the podcast. Download this show. It is available right now, and we will catch you there. See ya.